Okay, good evening, all of you students. In last class, that means in the morning session, we discussed some problems in this week's syllabus. Okay, let us discuss some more problems in this because the day after tomorrow you will be having exam now. So that's why we'll discuss some more problems. For your advanced paper, I will solve the problems and I will send the solutions to you. So you need not worry. Okay, so today, now let us discuss some more problems here. In the morning class I think we have discussed up to problem number 5 in level 2. Okay, uh, okay, in level 2 we have done the problems up to 5. Next, sixth problem. So here you see the problem carefully. You see the problem here. You see the sixth problem. A car starts from rest with an acceleration 6 meter per second square, which decreases to zero linearly with the time. Which decreases to zero linearly with the time in 10 seconds. Okay, after which the car continues to travel with the constant speed. Then the time required for the car to travel 400 meters from the start is 16.67 into t seconds. Then what is the value of t? They asked. A car starts from rest. Listen the problem carefully. A car starts from rest. Okay, and move with an acceleration which decreases to zero linearly with the time. That means acceleration value decreases to linearly with the time. This linearly with the time that is given. Linearly with the time. Okay, so here that means definitely if you draw the graph between a and t, definitely you will get a straight line but having negative slope. Straight line having negative slope. Okay, so here, okay, have you read the problem here? Sixth problem. Okay, now I am sharing the video. So you see. Okay, so here a car starts from rest with an acceleration 6 meter per second square, which decreases to zero linearly with time in 10 seconds. Okay, after which the car continues to travel with a constant speed. The time required for the car. Here, acceleration decreases with time linearly. That means along the straight line, the acceleration decreases with time that is given. Okay, that's why A is equal to, definitely we are having the relation between A and T as some Y is equal to mx plus c. Y is equal to minus mx plus c. Or instead of Y, A is there. A is equal to minus mx plus c. Mx, x means t because along x-axis time is taken, plus constant c. Now you apply the boundary conditions or conditions for this to obtain the c value and m value. Here initially that means at a t is equal to 0, at a t is equal to 0, the acceleration of the car is 6 meter per second square. So a is equal to 6 meter per second square. Okay, that's why a is equal to 6 you write. So therefore 6 is equal to minus m. Okay, what is the slope of the straight line? Acceleration varies linearly with the time that is given. Here this acceleration decreases linearly with the time up to 10 seconds. That means this value is 10 seconds. That is also given. Okay, that means when t is equal to 0, a is equal to 6, and when t is equal to 10, a becomes 0 now. You see, when t is equal to 10 seconds, a is equal to 0. When t is equal to 0, a is equal to 6 meter per second square. That is given. Okay, now you substitute these conditions here. So first of all, when a is equal, you see, what is the slope of this straight line? No doubt it is having negative slope. Okay, what is the slope of this straight line? Tan theta m is equal to slope is equal to tan theta. That is equal to m is equal to tan theta, which is equal to tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. Opposite value means 6, adjacent means 10 minus 0, 10. That's why 6 by 10. That is equal to 0.6, no? Okay, 0.6. Already we have taken the minus sign because acceleration decreases with time. That's why we have drawn the straight line with negative slope only. We have written already here. Okay, that's why you substitute this slope is equal to 0.6 here. So therefore, a is equal to minus 0.6 into t plus c. Okay. Now in this equation, when t is equal to 0, a is equal to 6. When t is equal to 0, when t is equal to 0 as a is equal to 6, you substitute here. Then a is equal to 6 is equal to minus 0.6 t. Sorry, t is equal to 0 now. That's why it becomes 0. It becomes 0 plus c. That means c is equal to 6. Now you substitute this c value in this equation. Therefore, from 1, a is equal to minus 0.60 plus c means 6. Therefore, a is equal to 6 minus 0.60. This is equation 2. Now, this is the relation between okay. Now, this is the relation between acceleration and time. Here they asked, here you see the problem. After here up to 10 seconds, it decreases linearly. The acceleration decreases linearly with time up to 10 seconds. After which car continues to travel with constant speed. That means after this time t seconds, after this 10 seconds, the car does not travel with acceleration. It continues to travel with constant speed. So after 10 seconds, whatever the velocity of the body, with that velocity continuously they travel. So after 10 seconds, what is the velocity we have to find? And at the same time, in 10 seconds, what is the distance traveled we have to find? Because finally in the problem, the time required for the car to travel 400 meters from the start is dash. From the start, that means at t is equal to, from the start means from t is equal to 0. What is the time taken by the body to travel 400 meter distance? So in 10 seconds, what is the distance traveled? First we have to find. After 10 seconds, as it travel with a constant velocity, then after 10 seconds, what is the velocity we have to find? With that velocity, they travel with a constant speed to cover totally 400 meters distance from the start. So in 10 seconds, what is the distance traveled? After 10 seconds, what is the velocity? Both we have to find first. Then you can have the, is the video streaming is properly or not? Is video streaming is properly or not? I think some of the students, most of the students receiving the video properly. And voice, what about voice? What about voice? Are you hearing my words? Okay. I think the problem with your mobile, you check them. Okay, right? So here, to find the, from this equation to find the velocity, what we have to do? From this equation to find the velocity, what we have to do? From this equation, acceleration a is equal to 6 minus 0.60. We have to find the first velocity. A can be written as dv by dt. No. With integration we cannot okay. Here a can be written as dv by dt. No. First we have to write a is equal to dv by dt. So from equation 2, a is equal to dv by dt. That is equal to 6 minus 0.60. 6 minus 0.6 t. Okay, therefore dv is equal to 6 minus 0.6 t into dt. To obtain v, dv is there. To obtain v, we have to integrate them. So integrate them. Limits at t is equal to 0. Here at t is equal to 0, a car starts from rest. That means here at this point acceleration is this one and velocity is 0 is given. That's why at t is equal to 0, velocity is 0. Okay, after time t seconds, what is the velocity? We have to find. That's why integral dv means, tell me what is the integral of dv? Integral of dv is equal to v. When you substitute the limits 0 to v, you will get v minus 0 means v only. Here integration of 6 into dt. 6 is constant, you keep aside. Integral dt means t minus 0.6 into integral 0.6 into t dt. That means 0.6 is the constant, you keep aside. Then integral t into dt means t square by 2. No. Therefore, totally the limits are 0 to t. Therefore, first you have to substitute upper limit minus lower limit 0 is equal to. First you substitute upper limit 6 into, instead of t you substitute t only, minus it is 0.3. No. 0.3 into t square. Instead of t we have substituted t only. Before substituting lower limit you have to put minus sign. Minus of, instead of t when you substitute 0, this term becomes 0, this term becomes 0. So 0 minus 0. Therefore, velocity at any instant of time t is equal to 60 minus 0.3 t square. It is the velocity of the body at any time t. If you obtain the velocity of the body at any time t, Such velocity is called the instantaneous velocity. After 10 seconds, what is the velocity? So at t is equal to 10, what is the velocity? V is equal to 6 into 10 minus 0.3 into 10 square. 10 square means 100. So 60 minus 10 square means 100. 100 into 0.3 means 30. Therefore, V is equal to 30 meter per second. So after 10 seconds, velocity becomes 30 meter per second. So within 10 seconds, what is the distance traveled? Within 10 seconds, what is the distance traveled? Here, velocity also not constant. That's why if velocity is constant, then distance travel in 10 seconds is equal to, we can write V into T, V into 10. That gives answer. But velocity is also not constant. It also varies with the time. That's why here from equation 3, V is equal to, we can write ds by dt, no? Displacement by time. That is equal to 60 minus 0.3 t square. Or ds is equal to 60 minus 0.3 t square, keep in brackets, into dt. Just we have done cross multiplication. Now from this we have to obtain the displacement. It is the displacement in a small interval of time dt. So we have to obtain the displacement from 0 to 10 seconds. That's why integrate them again. Okay, here at t is equal to 0, the displacement is 0. After time t is equal to 10 seconds, what is the displacement? Yes, we have to find. That is say S1. S1 is equal to how much? Integral ds means, yes, when you substitute the limits, you will get S only or S1 is equal to, here integration of integration of this one, tell me. Integral 60 dt means 6 into integral t dt, that means t square by 2 minus 0.3 into integral t square dt means t cube by 3, limits 0 to 10. Of course, when you substitute 0, this total becomes 0. Only you substitute 10, that is enough. Here, when you substitute the upper limit s, instead of s, you substitute s minus lower limit 0 is equal to, s is equal to s1, no? S1. That means in first 10 seconds, the distance travel is equal to S1. That is equal to, you substitute the limits, 6 into t square means 100 by 2. Okay, you simplify them. When you simplify them, you will get 200 meter. You will get 200. That implies distance travel in first 10 seconds is equal to 200 meter. But in the problem, it is given that, what is the time taken to travel total distance 400 meter, that is given. Total distance 400 meter, that is given. But here it is the distance travel in 10 seconds, the distance traveled by the body is 200 meter. Okay, so what is the remaining distance to be traveled? Remaining distance to be traveled. Okay, you take the snapshot for this. You take the snapshot. Shall I erase? Shall I erase this one? Okay. You take the snapshot when total written work is completed on this board. So you take the snapshot. Okay, now here actually total distance to be traveled is equal to 400 meter. But in T1 is equal to, in 10 seconds, the distance traveled S1 is equal to 200 meter only. So what is the remaining distance to be traveled? D minus S1, that is equal to 400 minus 200. That is equal to remaining distance to be traveled is 200 meter. But after 10, here in 10 seconds, it travel a distance this one. After 10 seconds, the remaining distance to be traveled is equal to 200 meter. So this remaining distance is covered by the body with constant velocity, no? Because in the problem, it is given that after 10 seconds, the body travel with constant speed, constant velocity, it is given. That's why after 10 seconds, so after t is equal to 10 seconds, velocity of a body is equal to 30, which is constant, 30 meter per second, which is constant. So with this velocity, to travel this much distance, what is the time taken? So in next case, it is the first case to travel this much distance, the time taken is t1. To travel the next distance, next 200 meter distance with a constant velocity, what is the time taken? So distance traveled 200 by speed v means 30. That is equal to 20 by 3. Okay, therefore this is equal to 6.66. That means 6.67 seconds we can write now. Okay, therefore total time taken by the body to cover 400 meter distance is equal to T1 plus T2. T1 is equal to 10 plus T2 means 6.67. Okay, therefore total time is equal to 16.67 seconds. It is the total time taken. Here in the problem, it is given that total time taken is 16.67 t. Of course, you take here, this is equal to 16.67 into t is given. Okay, that is equal to, we got 16.67. Therefore, t is equal to 1 no. Of course, here symbol, instead of t, you take k value, k. So, k is equal to 1 no. That means this is the integer problem. Because answer is 1, that means integer. That's why it is the integer problem. Okay. Here actually 16.67 t is given. You don't confuse that this t is different from this t. Okay, here symbol t is given. So finally, the answer is total time taken by the body in this case to travel 400-meter distance is equal to 16.67 seconds. Okay, therefore, answer is in the problem, the total time is given as 16.67 k. But we got this only. That's why this must be 1. Whenever you multiply this with 1, then only you get this answer. That's why k is equal to 1. Okay. So this is the problem. Next, 7th problem. Have you taken snapshot? Okay, you taken snapshot. Then next problem I will show. Okay, you see the next problem. You see the next problem. Okay, 7th problem. You read the 7th problem carefully. You read the 7th problem. Okay. So 7th problem. You read the problem. I will read. A train stops at 2 stations s distance apart and takes time t seconds on the journey from one station to other. Its motion is first of uniform acceleration a and then immediately of uniform retardation b. Then the relation between a, b, s, t is. Okay. Have you studied this problem? Okay, now look at me, look at the board. Okay, look at the board. So here 7th problem. A train stops at 2 stations s distance apart and takes, here you see, there are 2 stations A and B. These 2 are separated by a distance s that is given. Okay, the train takes t seconds for the journey from one station to other. So total time taken is t. Here, the train travel first with certain acceleration a. The train travels first with certain acceleration a, and then with the deceleration, deceleration b. Retardation means deceleration. That is retardation or deceleration is b means minus b, no? So here the train travel for certain time with an acceleration a and then deceleration b and finally comes to rest. Initially it starts from rest, finally it comes to rest. Because when the train travels from one station to another station, definitely from one station it starts and it reaches the other station and comes to rest. Okay. So here, okay, I'll read the question carefully. You can see in the video. I will send the recorded video so you can see. Okay, Karthi, you can see. I will send the recorded video so that you can see. Now, so here, here they asked, what is the relation among them? That is the question they asked. What is the relation among A, B, S, T? A, B, S, T. The relation they asked. Here you see, in concepts we discussed, a body starts from rest. A body starts from rest, moving with an acceleration starting from rest, moving with an acceleration for certain time. That can be represented with the graph like this, no? After that, it travels with retardation. Okay, here acceleration is a. After that, it travels with retardation and finally comes to rest at the other station. That okay, if you draw the velocity time graph, definitely you'll get like this. If you draw the velocity time graph, definitely you will get the graph like this. Okay, at first, at t is equal to from t is equal to 0, the body starts from rest and moving with an acceleration for certain time, and it acquires some velocity. Whatever the velocity, we doesn't know, but acquires some velocity. After that, it travels with the deceleration and finally comes to rest. That's why deceleration is minus b. Okay, now total distance travel is equal to, already we derived the formulas also. If you are having idea about that formula, we can do directly. If you are not having idea, then we have to do. Okay, total displacement, total distance travel is equal to, you see, total distance travel is equal to area under the graph, no? As it is the velocity time graph, total distance travel is equal to area under the graph means v into t. V into t is the distance, no? That's why to obtain the total distance traveled by the this train from one station to another station, you find the area under the graph, area under graph. Because area under the velocity time graph gives distance, no? Area under velocity time graph gives v into t. V into t means distance. That's why distance. So area under the graph means it is just like, it is a triangle. It is a triangle. So exactly at this point, suppose the velocity is say v naught, then area under the graph means total time of journey is given as t. That's why this time is t. This time is say t1. For t1 seconds it accelerates, and for t2 seconds it decelerates. You take this time for our convenience. Okay, now area under the graph is equal to half base into, base means t, into height means v naught. Okay, this is equation 1. What about v naught? What about v naught? In the options A, B, these two terms are involved. Okay, here you see from this graph, as the acceleration is constant, because velocity time graph is a straight line passing through origin, means acceleration is constant, because slope of the velocity time graph is constant up to t1 seconds. That's why when you consider the graph from O to A, when you consider the graph from O to A, then v is equal to u plus at. V means after t1 seconds velocity is equal to v naught, is equal to u means 0 plus a into time t1. Therefore t1 is equal to, we can write v naught by a, no? Okay, this is equation 2. Next, you consider the motion from A to B. When motion from A to B is considered, then initial velocity is equal to, at this point velocity is the initial velocity, that is v naught. Final velocity after t2 seconds it comes to rest, so 0. Acceleration is minus b. Time taken is equal to t2. Then relation among them is again v is equal to u plus at. V means 0, u means v naught, plus a means minus b into time t2. Implies t2 is equal to v naught by b, we can write, no? What is t1 plus t2? T1 plus T2 is how much? Because we need V naught. T1, T2 should not be there, because T1, T2 are we imagined. In the problem, they were not given. Okay, that's why T1 plus T2 is equal to T, no? T1 plus T2 is equal to total time T. This is equal to T1 means, from this equation we can write V naught by A, plus T2 means V naught by B. Okay, then you take V naught common of 1 by A plus 1 by B. Okay, therefore V naught is equal to T by 1 by A plus 1 by B, we can write, no? This is equation 3. Now from 1, 3 in 1 gives 3 means S is equal to half into T into V naught means, we can write this one, no? T by 1 by A plus 1 by B. Okay, you do cross multiplication. 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to T square by 2S. 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to T square by 2S. But in the answer, it is given that KT square by 2S is given. KT square by 2S. So answer is given as 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to KT square by 2S. Then what is the value of K? When you compare these two, what is the value of K? K is equal to 1, no? That's why answer is given 1. Answer is given 1. So that is the answer. So in this way we have to do. Okay, this type of problems are important for advance. Okay. You take the snapshot. Next one is also important for advance. Have you taken snapshot? Okay. Now see the other problem. Eighth problem, you see. Read the eighth problem. I shall erase this one. Okay. Okay. Velocity time equation of a particle moving in a straight line is V is equal to, you read the problem on the board. Sorry, you read the problem on the display. Okay. So eighth problem, the velocity time equation of a particle moving in a straight line is V is equal to 2t minus 4 when t is less than or equal to 2 seconds. And it is V is equal to 4 minus 2t when t is equal to greater than 2 seconds. Okay. Then the distance traveled by the particle in the time interval from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 4 seconds. So from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 4 seconds, what is the distance traveled? That is the question they asked. Okay. Have you read the problem? Okay, now look at the board. Look at the board here. Here, the velocity of a body varies with time according to the equation v is equal to 2t minus 4 whenever the time in this formula is less than or equal to 2. Whenever time is greater than 2 seconds, then the velocity varies with the time according to the equation v is equal to 4 minus 2t. Then what is the total distance traveled by the body in a time from 0 to 4 seconds? That is the question they asked. As velocity varies with time means, then we cannot write velocity into time for distance traveled, because velocity is not constant. Velocity here is not constant. It varies with time. It is given in the problem. That's why in a small interval of time, dt, you find what is the distance traveled. In a small interval of time dt, the distance traveled is equal to velocity into dt, velocity into time, or v is equal to ds by dt. From that, ds is equal to v into dt. No, therefore total distance traveled in the time interval from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 4 seconds is how much? At t is equal to 0, distance traveled is 0. At a time t is equal to 4 seconds, the total distance traveled is a s. Integral ds means s. When you substitute the limits 0 to s, you will get s only. No, when you substitute the limits 0 to s, you will get s only. This is equal to, here 0 to, from t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 2 seconds, the formula is this one. From t is equal to 2 to t is equal to 4 seconds, because we have to find the distance travel up to 4 seconds. When the time interval is from 0 to 2, we can take this equation. When time is greater than 2 seconds, we have to take this equation. That's why you split this integration into two parts. One is, we can write like this, v into dt plus v into dt when time interval is from t is equal to 0 to 2 seconds. When time interval is from greater than 2 seconds, that means t is equal to 2 to t is equal to 4 seconds. Okay, v into dt, we have to split like this. That means from 0 to 2 seconds, we have to take the formula for velocity, this one, instead of v. Whenever the time interval from 2 to 4, that means greater than 2 seconds, in such case the formula for velocity is this one. That's why here we have to substitute this formula, here we have to substitute this formula. That's all. You simplify them, you will get answer. So integral s 0 to s means you will get s only. S is equal to integral 0 to 2. V means here time interval is from 0 to 2. That's why you have to substitute this formula. Whenever time is less than or equal to 2, velocity is this one. No, that's why 2t minus 4 into dt plus integral 2 to 4 seconds. V means, as the time interval is from 2 to 4 means greater than 2 seconds. In such case, we have to take this one, 4 minus 2t into dt. Now you do integration. S is equal to, first 2 into integral t, you see 2t dt, you do multiplication, then integral 2t dt, 2 is constant, you keep aside, t dt, integral t dt means t square by 2, no, minus integral 4 into dt, that means 4 you keep aside, integral dt means t, limits 0 to 2 seconds, plus, here you tell me, integral 4 dt means 4 into integral dt means t minus 2 into integral t dt means t square by 2. 2 to 4. Here 2 to cancel. Here also 2 to cancel. Now you substitute the limits. Upper limit first. Instead of t we have substitute 2. 2 square. 2 square minus 4 into 2. When you substitute the lower limits, you will get 0 only, no? 0 minus 0. Okay, this is what. Plus, here you substitute upper limit. 4 into, instead of t you substitute 4. Minus, here also 4 into square means 4 square. 4 square. Before substituting lower limit, you put minus sign. Minus. Instead of time, we have substitute t. 4 into 2 minus, here t square means 2 square. Okay, now you simplify them. Here you see 4 minus 8. That means minus 4 you will get. Plus, here 16 minus 16. These two cancel. Then here minus. Then here we will get minus 8 minus 4. Minus 8 minus 4. That means, no, minus of 8 minus 4. That means 4. Minus is there. So minus 4. So minus 16. So displacement is equal to 16 meter. Here answer is given 8 meters only, no? You see, anywhere else we have committed mistake while doing calculation. You see, here what is the answer we got in this? 2 into t square by 2 minus 4 into t, limits 0 to 2 seconds. Okay. Plus 4 or minus 4 you will get 4. It is 4 minus 8. 4 minus 8 you will get. Sorry, here addition, no? Here addition. So minus 4 minus 4. That means minus 8. They asked the distance. Here displacement is minus 8. Therefore, they asked the distance travel. Therefore, S is equal to modulus S is equal to modulus minus 8. That is equal to 8 meter. But answer is given 4K. This is given as 4K. That means K is equal to 2, no? Because 4K is equal to 8. Therefore, K is equal to 2, no? So you will get K is equal to 2. K is equal to 2. Here they asked the distance. That's why we have to write a positive sign only. Modulus you take. Right. Next, we have to see the graphs. You take the snapshot for this. No, at t is equal to 2 seconds. At t is equal to 2 seconds, even you substitute here or here, velocity is 0 only. At t is equal to 2 seconds, it is greater than only. From 2 to 4 only, we have to take. From 2 to 4. Okay, when you take 2 to 4, from 2 to 4, when you take here, then definitely here at 2, whatever the value at 2, t is equal to 2 seconds, here and here both are same. That's why you can take 2 to 4. Even you take 2 here or here, both are same. At t is equal to 2 seconds, it is 0. Here also 0. That's why it makes no difference when you take t is equal to 2 seconds. Okay. Next, graphs. Next, graphs you see. Okay. You see the problem. In exercise 3, level 1, graph is there. You see the graph. Exercise 3, level 1, page number 81, problem number 1. Okay, here you see the problem. For the velocity time graph shown in the graph below, the distance covered by the body in last 2 seconds, in the last 2 seconds of its motion is what fraction of the total distance covered by it in all the total distance covered by it in total 7 seconds. That is the question they asked. From t is equal to 1 to t is equal to 7 seconds, the graph is given. Then what is the fraction of the distance traveled in last 2 seconds when compared with the total distance traveled up to 7 seconds? That is the question they asked. Okay, now we come to the both. Now you see, here you see, we are given velocity time graph is given like this. Velocity time graph is given like this. These are the simple problems. At t is equal to 1 second, here time is 3 seconds. Here time is 5 seconds. Here time is 7 seconds. It is given like this. Okay, what is the total distance travel here? What is the fraction of the distance traveled in the last 2 seconds when compared with the total distance up to 7 seconds? From 0 to 1 seconds, velocity is 0. That's why distance is also 0. No distance, no displacement is there. From 1 to 7 seconds only, distance travel is there. Okay, in total 7 seconds, total distance travel, total distance in 7 seconds, t is equal to 7 is, say yes, s is equal to, tell me, total distance travel in from 0 to 1, 7 seconds means here the area under VT graph is 0. Only you take this area. Area here it is just like a trapezium, no? Because this side and this side both are parallel to each other. That's why area of the trapezium, it is the velocity time graph. That's why area of the trapezium gives the displacement of a body or distance traveled by a body. So area of the trapezium is half base into height. What is the, sorry, half into sum of the lengths of the two parallel sides. Means here this side length is equal to 7 minus 1. 7 minus 1. Okay, plus this side of this length of this side is equal to 5 minus 3, because up to this 5, up to this 3, then 5 minus 3 is the this length, no? So 5 minus 3. Okay, it is equal to sum of the lengths of the two parallel sides into perpendicular distance between two parallel sides. Here perpendicular distance between two parallel sides means this is one side, this is another parallel side. Perpendicular distance between these two parallel sides is equal to this one. Whatever the, here the value is given. The value is given as 10 meter per second. Here the value is given as 10. Okay, now so perpendicular distance between the two parallel sides is equal to 10. So 2 5s are. So simplification gives what? S is equal to, tell me, 6 plus 2 means 8. 8 into 5, 40. So 40 meter. Total distance travel in first 7 seconds is equal to 40. Next, what is the distance travel in the last 2 seconds? Distance travel in last 2 seconds. Distance travel in last 2 seconds is, say, S1 or S dash is equal to, you see, in last 2 seconds means 5 to 7 means 2 seconds only, no? So area under this shade part only. In the last 2 seconds, velocity time graph is this one. Area under this graph gives distance travel in the last 2 seconds. Suppose if they ask what is the distance travel in between 3 to 5 seconds, if they ask area 3 to 5 seconds, the graph is this only. So area under this graph means area of this rectangle is the distance traveled by the body. Okay, in the last 2 seconds they ask, that means from 5 to 7 seconds what is the distance traveled. So area under this graph, that is distance traveled, that is equal to, it is triangle, no? Area of the triangle means half, base means 7 minus 5 into height means 10, because this length and this length both are same, no? So 10. So this is equal to S dash is equal to, you will get 2 5s are, okay, 2 to cancel, so 10. Therefore fraction of distance traveled in the last 2 seconds when compared with the total distance, it is the fraction, that is equal to 10 by 40. So 1 by 4. 10 by 40 means 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is the answer. 1 by 4. So fraction of distance traveled in the last 2 seconds when compared with the total distance is how much they asked. So 1 by 4 we will get. Okay. So in this way you have to do. Next also, I think you can do. Next problem we can do. You take the snapshot. You see the next problem. I think next problem you can do. You see, second problem. In the velocity time graph, the distance traveled by the body in the 5 seconds they asked. Area under the entire graph up to 4 seconds, the graph is in positive y direction. From 4 to 5, the graph is in negative y direction. But here they asked the distance only. That's why area under the graph, that means up to 4 seconds area you find, that is A1 say. Between 4 to 5 seconds also you find the area under the graph, that is A2. As they asked the distance, A1 plus A2 is the total distance traveled. Area under the graph up to 5 seconds. You add the two areas. Even between 4 to 5 seconds, even the graph is along negative direction. As they asked the distance traveled in 5 seconds. So you find the up to 4 seconds, you find the area under the graph. Between 4 to 5 also you find the area under the graph. You add them. Already in concepts I said. As they asked the distance. If they ask the displacement, then up to 4 seconds you find the area which is equal to S1. Between 4 to 5 area is in negative direction, that's why you will get S2. Then S1 minus S2, because the area under the graph which is in negative direction must be taken negative to find the displacement. I think you can do this problem. We will do next problem. Okay, so third problem, very very important, that was previously asked problem. Third problem, you see the problem. A particle moves in a straight line obeying VT graph as shown in figure. So a particle moves in a straight line obeying VT graph. What is 80 meter? No, you will get 100 meter, not 80. You will get 100 meter. Venkatesh, you got 80. I think 100 meter is the answer. Okay, check them. Okay, third problem. A particle moves in a straight line obeying the VT graph as shown in the figure. The average velocity of the particle over the time capital T. Average velocity they asked. Already velocity time graph is given. To find the average velocity, first you find the area under the graph in capital T seconds. That gives the total displacement of a body, no? That gives the total displacement of a body in capital T seconds. That displacement S by total time capital T, that gives the average velocity, no? So you find the area of the graph by total time, you divide. Area under the graph gives velocity, because we are given velocity time graph. So area under velocity time graph gives displacement. So you find the area, that is equal to displacement S by total time is capital T. So area under the graph is equal to displacement by capital time, total time T. That gives the average velocity. Simplification gives V0 by 2. So you find the area under the graph by capital T, you write. That gives the answer. Okay, you can do this problem also. So we need not do. Okay, next. Next, fourth problem you see. Fourth problem. Third problem is most important, you do. Next, fourth problem. A particle starts from rest. Its acceleration versus time is shown in figure. The maximum speed of the particle will be dash. Maximum speed of the particle will be dash. You see, fourth problem. All of you see the board. Okay. Here, a particle starts from rest. Its acceleration versus time graph is given like this. Acceleration versus time graph is this one. It is given like this. At t is equal to 0, acceleration of the body is equal to 10 meter per second square. And here the time is at the time 11 seconds. Here time is equal to t is equal to 11 seconds. At this time, the acceleration is 0. That indicates the acceleration linearly decreases with time. Already previously we did one type of problem based on this concept. Okay. Here, what is the speed of the particle? Maximum speed of the particle they asked. No doubt, even acceleration decreases, still some acceleration is there in the particle. That's why the velocity of the particle goes on increase, and up to t is equal to 11 seconds as the whatever the magnitude of acceleration, as the particle experiences acceleration, the velocity goes on increase up to 11 seconds. That's why velocity is maximum at 11 seconds only. So velocity is how much at 11 seconds? That is the question we have to find. That is the question they asked. Very good. 55 seconds is the answer. Okay, here initially the particle starts from rest, that is given. Here we can do in two different methods. By considering the area under the graph we can find, by integration method also we can do, by integration method also we can do. Okay, here we see area under the graph gives what? Area under the graph gives what here? Acceleration time graph is given. Area under the graph gives what? Area under the graph. Area under AT graph gives what? A into T. A into T means that is equal to, of course, velocity or change in velocity actually, because V is equal to U plus AT. V is equal to U plus AT. V minus U is equal to AT, no? That means area under this graph is equal to average value of AT. That is equal to total change in velocity. Okay, that's why area under the graph is equal to area. One method, first method is area. Area under graph is equal to V minus U, that is equal to AT, which is equal to area under the graph means half, base means 11 into height means 10. Therefore, V minus U is 0 because initially the particle starts from rest, is equal to 2 5s are, that means 55. Therefore, V is equal to 55 meter per second. This is one method. It is one method to find the final velocity of a body at t is equal to 11 seconds. Another method is second method. By writing the equation for acceleration here, with the help of the integration, we can solve the problem. This is important for advanced model also. Here, how we can write the equation of motion for this? Already we know x by a plus v y by b is equal to 1. Straight line equation is like this, no? Where a, b are the x and y interceptions. Okay. Yeah, here actually very good. Here somebody asked me, Dinesh asked me, we cannot apply v is equal to u plus at in this diagram. Yes, we cannot apply directly v is equal to u plus at for velocity at any time t, because acceleration is not constant. But here area under the graph gives total change in acceleration, whatever the velocity is, total change in acceleration, total change in velocity. Area under AT graph gives total change in velocity. That means it is total change in velocity that is equal to total change in this area under the graph is equal to average value of AT. That is equal to total change in velocity. Total change in velocity means initial velocity, final velocity minus initial velocity is the answer. That's all. Okay. At any instant of time, if you want to find the velocity, we cannot write like this. Okay. Now here this straight line equation is like this. Now along x-axis we have taken time by x interception is 11 plus along y-axis we have taken a by y interception is 10, that's for 10 is equal to 1. Okay, now a by 10 is equal to 1 minus t by 11, or a is equal to 10 minus 10 by 11 into t. This is equation. Okay, now here we got the acceleration time relation. From that we had to find the velocity. So what we had to do to find the velocity? From this equation a is equal to 10 minus 10t by 11. From this equation to find velocity, how we can find integration? How we can do integration? Tell me. First what we had to do? Come on, immediately respond in chat box. Very good, Pavan. So here acceleration can be written as dv by dt. This is equal to 10 minus 10t by 11, or dv is equal to 10 minus 10t by 11 into dt. Just we did cross multiplication. Now it is the change in velocity in a small interval of time dt. So what is the velocity at any instant of time t? That means from dv we have to find v. To find that value we have to do integration. Here at t is equal to 0 second, the body starts from rest according to the problem. In the problem it is given that the particle starts from rest. That's why at t is equal to 0, velocity is 0. After time 11 seconds, what is the velocity? Because velocity is maximum at 11 seconds. That's why at t is equal to 11 seconds, what is the velocity? 11 seconds, what is the velocity? That is question mark. Integral dv means v. When you substitute 0 to v limits, you will get v only, no? V is equal to. Now we do integration of this. Integral 10 into dt means 10 is constant, you keep aside. Integral dt means t, so 10t minus 10 by 11 is constant, you keep aside. Integral t into dt. Integral t into dt means t square by 2, no? Now you apply the limits 0 to 11. So v is equal to, when you substitute the upper limit first, 10 into 11, that means 10 into 11 minus 10 by 11 into 1 by 2 into t square means 11 into 11. Okay, when you substitute the lower limits, you will get 0 only. That's why you will get this only. This is equal to 110. Here 11, 11 cancel, 2 5s are. Okay, 110 minus 55. So 110 minus 55 means v is equal to 55 meter per second only, no? That means at t is equal to 11 seconds, what is the velocity means? That is 55 meter per second. In this way, we have to do by integration method. Of course, based on the given problem, based on the given information, shall we use directly by finding area under the graph, can we get, or by using the integration method can we get? That depends on the data given. So to obtain the velocity, this information is enough. That's why we use directly area under the graph and made equal to v minus u, change in velocity. To find this same problem by integration method, we can do. Sometimes it is compulsion to do the integration method. Sometimes here, suppose they asked what is the velocity of the body at a time t is equal to 5 seconds, they ask. What is the velocity of a body at a time t is equal to 5 seconds, they may ask. In such case, you write this equation, and in this formula, you substitute t is equal to 5. That gives velocity at any time. Velocity at a time t is equal to 5 seconds, you will get. If you substitute 11, velocity at 11 seconds, you will get. If you substitute 5, velocity at 5 seconds. If you substitute 3, velocity at 3 seconds, you will get. In this way, we can find velocity at any time. So this formula gives velocity at any instant of time t in that from this graph. Okay, do that problem. Note down. Okay, next, one more problem. You see this problem. You see the fifth problem. Now we have done fourth problem. No? Next you see fifth problem. Okay, have you gone through that problem, fifth problem? I think you have gone through this fifth problem. Okay, now we look at the board. Third option, Pavan Shiva, option is third. Okay, this is the last problem. Okay, Abhinav, it is the last problem. Okay, right. Here, fifth problem, the displacement time graph of a moving object is shown in the figure. Which of the velocity time graph shows the figure could represent the motion of the same body? Here velocity time graph is, displacement time graph is given. Displacement time graph is like this. Displacement time graph is given like this. For this, what about the velocity time graph? The corresponding velocity time graph they asked. Here you see, displacement time graph is a parabola open towards negative displacement axis. displacement time graph is a parabola, no, that is open towards negative displacement axis, no. How we can represent this equation, this graph? How we can represent this graph? Suppose if it is the graph symmetrically like this, then s is equal to at square or s is equal to minus at square. We can write like that. If the graph is like this, s is equal to, how we can write, as whenever t square is, the coefficient of t square is negative, then only the graph is towards negative y-axis. Otherwise, we will not get the graph which is open towards negative y-axis. No, that means st instead of y, s is there, instead of x, t is there. That's why s is equal to at minus bt square. If you write like this, is it okay? Is it represents this graph or not? You tell me. Is the equation represents the graph or not? You tell me. Is it represents the graph or not? You tell me. Already, in case of different parabolas, we have drawn the graphs. Because you see, it is the equation gives the relation between displacement and time graph, in which these two are variables. S and T are variables, AB are constants. ST are variables, in which one variable is having square. That's why definitely in between S and T, if you draw the graph, definitely you will get a parabola. You will get a parabola. So parabola is obtained. Here this parabola is in which direction is open? As t square is for t square is as square is for t, parabola must be open towards the displacement axis. Is it open towards negative displacement axis or positive? If as the coefficient of t square is negative, definitely this parabola must be open towards negative displacement axis. That's why I drawn like this. Okay, because at t is equal to 0, t is equal to 0 means s is equal to 0. That's why that point lies here. When s is equal to 0, t is equal to some positive value, no? That's why when s is equal to 0, t is equal to some positive value, you will get here. So if you draw the graph parabola passing through these 2 points and open towards negative displacement axis, you will get like this. So this graph can be represented like this. Now we need velocity time graph. We need velocity time graph. From this equation to obtain the velocity time graph, so how we can find velocity v is equal to ds by dt, no? Displacement by time. Rate here differentiation of displacement with respect to time when you do, then you will get the instantaneous velocity. Okay, this is equal to, tell me, d by dt of s means at minus bt square. Okay, so v is equal to, a is constant, you keep aside, d by dt of t means 1, so a only, minus d by dt of bt square, b you write outside the differentiation, d by dt of t square means 2 into t you will get, no, 2 into power 2 into t to the power of 2 minus 1, so 2t. So this is equal to a minus 2bt. No doubt, it is also the equation which gives the relation between velocity and time. There are two variables. The relation between two variables is like this. Both variables are having powers 1 each. That's why no doubt it is a straight line. It is a straight line. Coefficient of t is slope, no? Y is equal to a minus mx. Y is equal to some constant c minus mx. That means slope m is negative, no? That's why it is a straight line having negative slope. It is a straight line having negative slope. So we have to draw the graph between velocity and time such that the straight line must be having negative slope. When t is equal to 0, you see, when t is equal to 0, what about v value? When t is equal to 0, v is equal to a. When v is equal to 0, what about t value? When v is equal to 0, then 2bt is equal to a, or t is equal to a by 2b, no? So no doubt in between v and t, if you draw the graph, you will get a straight line. At t is equal to 0, velocity is a, that means that point is here. At v is equal to 0, v is equal to 0 means that point lies on time axis. T is equal to a by 2b, a plus a by 2b means that point lies here. Then the line joining these 2 points is the straight line. The line joining these 2 points is a straight line. Suppose if at t is equal to 0, v is also equal to 0, no, then that graph is like this. At t is equal to 0, if v is equal to 0, then you will get a straight line having a negative slope but passing through origin like this. But at t is equal to 0, v is not equal to 0, v is equal to a. That's why we will get the straight line like this. So in third option, this type of graph is there, you see, in third option. Suppose if they ask, here this is the velocity time graph, velocity time graph. Suppose for the same problem, if they ask speed time graph, if they ask speed time graph, speed and time graph, if they ask speed time graph, If they ask speed time graph, how you will get? Speed is equal to distance by time. Distance is positive, time is positive. That's why always you will get positive value only. That's why you will get the same type of graph only having negative slope, but you will get like this. You will get like this because speed is positive. Speed is positive. That's why here you see velocity gradually decreases and becomes zero, and in reverse direction velocity increases from this graph. As velocity is having negative direction also, that's why we have written negative direction. But here speed is always positive. That's why you have to draw like this. It is the speed time graph. It is the velocity time graph. There is a difference. In the fourth option, velocity time graph is given like this. That is not correct. Suppose if they ask what is the speed time graph, means fourth option is correct. But in the problem, it is asked that velocity time graph they asked. That's why third option is correct. Okay. So fifth problem is over. Sixth problem you do. Seventh problem also you do. Eighth problem you see. I don't want to say. Just I will give you explanation. AS graph is given. What is here? The particle starts from rest. That means initial velocity is 0 given. AS graph is given. Find the velocity of the particle when the displacement of the particle is s is equal to 12. S is equal to 12 means total, the total at last displacement 12 meter. What is the velocity they asked? If you find area under that acceleration displacement graph, what it gives? Tell me. Area under acceleration displacement graph gives what? A into S. Area under acceleration displacement graph is equal to A into S. That means average value of AS. Is an equation of motion involves AS value. V square minus U square is equal to 2AS, no? V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. In that AS is known, average AS value. That's why in the formula V square minus U square equal to 2AS, instead of AS, you substitute the area under the graph. U is 0. Then V square is equal to 2 into AS. So V square is equal to 2 into AS means area under the graph. Then from that you will get V square. Then V value you find. You will get directly the velocity after 12 meter displacement. Okay. Then you will get. So you do the problems. Already I sent the assignment to you. In this page number 82, already in this display, you see, you write down the problems, numbers you write down. You note down the numbers, problem numbers. In page number 82, you note down in the notes. In page number 82, you do 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. Next in page number 81, 2, 3. You do. Already explained. 2, 3 you do. Okay, next. Page number, already I sent the problems to you. Page number 98. You write page number 98. You do the problems from 1 to 1, TO to 10. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Okay. Syllabus is only based on horizontal motion. Already concepts are over. We have to do tomorrow also. We have to do some problems in this book and some problems which are asked previously in mains and advanced. We will do some more problems. Okay. Page number 98. Problem numbers 1 TO to 10. Okay. Right. Okay, Nana. Have a nice day. Do the problems. Okay. Take care. Okay. I'm signing out.